And that's what God wants to rise up within us, that we don't act in fear. Can I call Vernon up here to the front? All right, give him a hand. All right, I want to tell you a little bit about Vernon. Years ago, he worked for the B&O. You can turn around. Years ago, he worked for the B&O, and he was on the railroad at one point, and it derailed, correct? It derailed, and it was a very terrifying experience to be on the railroad when it derailed. And so, since then, he has been very afraid of getting into vehicles, of any kind of vehicles, right? It's been something that has limited his life. Now, he met Mr. Ralph, and Ralph has been slowly taking him throughout the city and a roundabout, and he's slowly been a little bit less afraid of riding, but he was still very afraid of bridges in particular. How many people here are a little bit afraid of bridges? They're not your favorite thing, so that's not an uncommon thing. But the problem is somebody had told him that in Pennsylvania there are big bridges and cliffs. And so that hindered him. It kept him in Baltimore. All his life, he's been in Baltimore. He's been in the area all around Baltimore. And so different people have invited him to go out and go to different places, but the fear stepped in. And yesterday, I had invited him and Angela to go to Pennsylvania to Blessings of Hope because they had missed out the last time. And so Vernon was like, I want to go. You know how much he likes to give out food and help with food. He wanted to go so bad, but we showed up yesterday. I showed up yesterday morning, and he was not at Angela's house. He was not there. And I said, Angela, is he coming? She's like, I don't know. I've been trying to call him all morning, and he's not answering. I said, should we go down to his house down in Pigtown? So she's like, okay. So I went down to his house, and I knocked on the door. I started to hear the dog barking. Nobody was coming to the door. I was like, he's going to miss it. I was thinking, he's going to miss. I was thinking of this message. I was like, I was worried. I was like, the fear is going to make him miss it. But thank God it didn't. He got on the phone. He got on the phone with Angela, and he said, oh, I overslept. And he had turned his phone down the night before, and he hadn't been able to hear his phone. He got up. He got in the car. And honestly, he was cheerful. Like, we were doing good. And I was like, I'm going to drive as careful as I can. We're not going to derail. We're not going to derail at all.
I was very nervous at first. We drove off, and as we were going, I said, which way are we going? We're going. I said, what bridge? We're not getting on the bridge. So we were driving out, and there was this big 18-wheeler on the side of us. It was really, really close. I'm thinking, oh, Lord. And I looked over and said, oh, bud, back up there a little bit, bud. You're a little too close. And then I looked over, looked at Miss Maria, she took me out and said, I don't like it when they do that. Going over. So we were driving. I'm like, it's such a beautiful sight. All of a sudden, I'm sitting on this bridge. We were doing this bridge going over. She said, you know that? I said, no. She said, you're on the bridge. I said, bridge? I said, yeah. I said, well, I didn't even know I was sitting on the bridge. The fun part is when we visited my son.
Can I give a little introduction here? So his son, 4 years ago, moved to York, Pennsylvania. Well, his son comes into Baltimore, so Vernon gets to see him when he comes into Baltimore, but he's never been to York, and he doesn't get to see his grandkids because he has not wanted to go outside the city. And so, but after we visited Blessings of Hope, which he loved, we were like, we're very close to his son.
And when we knocked on the door, well, we rang the bell. When he comes to the door, he looked, turned around. Hey, honey, he did come. Dad. I said, yeah, why wouldn't it be me? I told you we were here. He said, I never believed you were in there. I never believed you were here. So we go out in the yard, we were looking in the yard. He said, Dad, I didn't believe you were here. I said, yeah, I can tell by your voice. So his wife said to me, she said, you start coming up on the weekends more often. I said, yeah, I'm going to have to go visit. I bet seen a nice fishing spot up there. But I loved it. I enjoyed it. It was just a beautiful ride. I thank God for that. He blessed me.
And he almost missed it. Why? If he would have listened to the fear and the anxiety, was the fear speaking to you yesterday? Was the fear speaking, trying to get your attention?
The fear was trying to get my attention yesterday, but I kept praying to the Lord. You know, to the point where I kept praying so much to myself, and I kept blessing myself. And I thought to myself, I want God looking down at me saying, I get it, Vernon. Relax. I got you.
And he has a beautiful family. His son, I met his son's wife. She homeschools their 4 kids, and they were all amazed that he was there. And it was just a wonderful time. He didn't miss what God wanted to do. God wanted to bring freedom to him. And you know what? This means that maybe he can see his son more. Maybe he can go to camp when it's time to go to camp. He's stepping out. And you can keep praying for him that he'll keep walking in what God wants to bless him.